Hey there, Heather Boyd here, and we are counting down 7 days until Christmas with some last minute DIY Christmas cards. I'm going to be using all kinds of mixed media, and you can check out the playlist of tutorials in the description below the video. Today I'm making a super cute card with pajamas and the word joy. I will start by transferring my drawing onto a 140-pound watercolor paper, which I've taped to a masonite board. I'm using a fine paintbrush and painting with acrylic paint. You could do this in watercolor if you prefer, or pencil crayons, anything you like. But the acrylic paints are nice and vibrant, and I'm just going to go around and start with the band of the pajamas. So I'll just paint right across, and then I'm going to do the holly. You can approach this in any way that you want. So we're just going to go in with that fine brush. This paint was a little bit thick, so you're going to see I'm going to try different acrylic paints to see which works best. So I tried the soft body acrylics, which work quite well, and the folk art decorative art paint is really good too. So this is the soft body by Liquitex, and I've used this for different projects before, including the squeegee painting. So I'm going to go in with my fine brush and the soft body acrylics to do these little fir branches. And you will actually see I'm going to repaint these after, because I realized that I should have painted the background before doing these little branches. But I was learning as I was going. But this is the technique for painting the fir branches. You just do the branch and then just with a fine brush just pull out the little needles as you go. So then I tried the folk art paint. You can also get this kind of paint in the dollar store. It's just regular soft bodied acrylic paint. It's more liquidy than the tubes. And I'm going to go in and do my candy canes. So I've already painted the white areas. I used a thicker white for that, and then now I'm doing the red areas. So we're just working a little methodically. It's better to do the white areas first, let them dry, and then go in with the red. So now I've done the candy canes and the word joy, and I'm going to go in and just paint the holly. So I started by painting them with the paintbrush, and then you'll see after I ended up using the back end of the paintbrush and just stamped on the little dots. So it's easier to get them more round when you do it that way. And then I made these funky little stampers to do the pattern on the pajamas. So I just got some 20 gauge wire, and for the candy cane you just curve it around and get the flat pliers and push the wire up. So you have a little handle to stamp with, and just give it a little squeeze so it's flat. These are the flat nose pliers from Beadalon. So we have our little stamper, and then we're going to get the red paint and just stamp our little candy canes. This was a really fun aspect of this project, and a great solution to making a consistent pattern. So just stamp it in the paint and stamp it on the paper. And now I'm going to make a tree shape. So we're getting the chain nose pliers and we're just bending it around to make a very simple shape for the tree. It's just a triangle. And then we're going to end it at the bottom in the center So we have that triangle shape, and then we're going to bend the wire down, and then we need to bend it up to have a little handle. Squeeze it again to flatten it out, and we're using some green paint. So we're going to dip it in the paint, dab a little bit of the extra off, and we will do our row of trees. This is so much fun. And then I've made one more shape. We're going to do a star. So just take the end of the chain nose pliers, and we're just bending the wire back and forth to make a 5-pointed star. So just keep going back and forth, pushing the wire so you get some nice sharp bends. Now if you have some stampers already, you can use those, but these are really fun do-it-yourself stampers for the paint. You could do different shapes. You can make little spiral shapes. The sky's the limit for these. So now we have the star. Flatten it out a little bit. Make sure the ends line up. And I'm going to use gold paint. So again, just try to get the extra off. You don't want it to be too globby, and just stamp it down. My first one got a little bit too globby, but it works just to tap off the extra paint on the paper, and then we do our stamping. Super fun, and 3 different shapes are fine. And we're going to go in and keep doing our rows of stamping until we get to the bottom of the pajamas. And then I did a background just with some light blue, working my way around the letters. Just take your time with this part. It just kind of makes it look a little more finished when you have a background. And the light blue is a nice, cheerful color. I just mix some blue with some white and go around carefully, not to go over the edges, using a fine brush. And we're just going to fill in the white area. And then when I did the ferns, I realized that I had to go right over them and then repaint them. So that's what I did. And then once it's dry, you can remove the tape, just pulling away from the image so you don't tear the paper. And then you can go in and outline your shapes. I used a red Sharpie. I didn't want to use black. I wanted to keep it nice and colorful. So I just went around and traced the shapes so they would pop a little bit more. And there you have your finished card. And I glued it on a cardstock from Michaels. Thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more art videos. If you would like to join my private Facebook group, I have a group where people can share photos of their work based on my tutorials or your own mixed media artwork. Stay tuned. In the new year, I will be having all kinds of 10-day mixed media art challenges. And if you like wire art and jewelry, you could hop over to my other channel, Heather Boyd Wire, for all kinds of wire art and wire jewelry making tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you the next time.